morning, everybody. Welcome to or welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to go on an adventure. My last batch of toilet bombs did not turn out the way I wanted. So I have decided that I'm going to try a new recipe. Actually, I have the recipe here that I did before in my book. So that's my original recipe. Yesterday I did some more, what would you call it? Investigation? I studied. I did some studies. So I have, two more toilet bomb recipes to try. The YouTuber I watch, Mrs. Soap and Clay, this is her recipe. Didn't like the way it responded. We have low flow toilets, so we have a lot less water than a lot of people do in their toilets. So I created this recipe, and this is the recipe we're gonna try today. We're gonna try my own recipe. And see what we think, see if it works. So I'm gonna make them today. I'm gonna let them dry 24 hours and then we'll test them tomorrow. It'll all be the same video, but it'll be nice to test something at the end so you can see how it reacts. So I guess first things first, let's get the recipe. So I need 2 cups of baking soda, 1.5 cups of citric acid, 1/4 cup of soap nut powder, a tablespoon of whatever fragrance oil you want, 1/2 to 1 tablespoon of, well, I'm going to use grapeseed oil, a tablespoon of Dawn, and a tablespoon of distilled water. So I'm going to change my camera angle and we will start mixing our ingredients. Okay, so first things first, in this bowl, we are going to put all of our dry ingredients except for the citric acid. So I need 2 cups of baking soda. Sorry, my 1/4 cup scoop just fits better in this jar. All right, now we've got 2 cups of baking soda. Now we'll bring up our citric acid. Our citric acid is going to go in this separate bowl because we always add the citric acid last. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I do this every time. Citric acid gets me. There we go. 1.5 cups of citric acid. And that gets put off until the very end. And here is my soap nut powder. Now, 1/4 cup of soap nut powder. And yes, this is going to make brown bath bombs. Not really a whole lot you can do with micas to change and make that any better. However, you can make it smell good. And these, since these are toilet bombs, I am just going to use fragrance oil here. What do I need? A tablespoon. These are going to be nice and fresh and piney. Smell like a Christmas tree. Love that smell. And it'll smell so good when it is cleaning your toilet. So I'm going to start with a half of a tablespoon of my grapeseed oil. Actually, we're just going to do the full tablespoon because I think it's going to need it to hold everything together. Because this recipe not only has an extra half a cup of citric acid in it, it also has a full quarter of a cup of soap nut extract or soap nut powder, which is another dry ingredient. So, sweetheart,
Yo.
I'm so thankful for your extra hands. I forgot the Dawn.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still Dawn. It's just green. And it's in a soft soap container.
I was gonna double check. I like to make sure.
We reuse our containers. Okay. For those of you who want to know, a soft soap, 1 squirt, 6 squirts equals a tablespoon. All right. So now, last but not least, into this set of dry ingredients, we have 1 tablespoon of distilled water. Now we're going to mix this all up and see how this does. Never hurts to get in with your hands and break up all the extra clumps. And get everything all mixed together really, really well. So the soap nut powder, another name for it is Aretha powder. It's got a few different names, but usually you can just find it by looking on Amazon and putting in soap nut powder. What it does is it is a great foaming agent, but it will also break down all of the, with the citric acid, it'll break down all of the hard mineral deposits in your toilet. Now, what we're trying to get here is we're trying to get a bath bomb that even in a low flow toilet will still foam all the way to the top rim of your toilet bowl without overflowing. I mean, overflowing is not going to be a problem because it'll stop at the top, but the problem is the last ones did not fizz or foam nearly enough.
No, really close.
Which is why we are going for so much more soap nut powder. You know, I was supposed to put that soap nut powder in water, which means, well, no, maybe that's what I wrote the tablespoon of water down for. because that sticks pretty good like a bath bomb. So we will add our citric acid and we will see if this sticks well enough to form our bath bombs. Normally this is where I'd break out the hand mixer, but I'm just going to do this by hand today. Make sure you get that citric acid mixed all the way in so that you're getting the full benefits of the fizz in your toilet bombs. Well, that is nice. That is a nice consistency. It's perfect. So now that I know this is the perfect consistency, let me go over the ingredients again. Okay, so 2 cups of baking soda, 1.5 cups of citric acid, 1/4 cup of soap nut powder, a tablespoon of whatever fragrance oil you want your toilet bombs to smell like, 1 tablespoon of a light oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, a tablespoon of Dawn, and 1 tablespoon of distilled water. And that got me to the perfect bath bomb consistency. Let's see how this forms. And I will put you back down so you can see. And just like a bath bomb, you want to get this packed well together. Squeeze them together really, really well. Wipe along the outside ridge. Knock it to get it off. Oh. Well, that's not good. Split that mold right in 2. So, just set that in a part of a mold and there you go. Yes, I know they're not a very attractive color. Unfortunately, there's not really a whole lot you can do because the soap nut powder is brown, but you don't really need them to be pretty colors. They're going in your toilet after all. So, just like bath bombs, squeeze them together really, really well. Wipe off the outer ring. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, this soap nut powder makes these really sticky. So you really have to interesting. This one really wants to just stay in its mold and not the side just does not want to come out. Well, we're gonna have to see how these dry. can already see that the one I just did has a funky texture. See? I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got a really weird texture going on. These might just be too wet now. So, how do you fix too wet, you might ask? That is just as easy as adding baking soda. We'll start with 1/4 cup and see if that dries this out a little bit. You know what? It doesn't. So we're gonna end up I added another cup of baking soda. We're gonna see if this fixes it. Like I said, we're just messing with the recipe to find one that we like. And if for those of you that didn't know, this is really how recipes come to be. You just mix and play and get it to the feel that it needs to be. And I don't like that first one, so we're gonna just scrunch it back in here as well. Clean up this table. And get right back in there and get this all mixed together. All right, let's see if that is any better. And see, oh, that is so much better. There you go. Now that just came right out without a problem. So we're gonna change the recipe. Instead of 2 cups of baking soda and 1.5 cups of citric acid, you're gonna wanna use 3 cups of baking soda. So you have the right consistency. And we'll see how many toilet bombs we get out of this mix. I'm hoping for 9. 9 is about normal for a recipe. So I don't think it's gonna be 9. I think it's probably gonna be closer to 7, but we'll see. We're at 2. Here's the 3rd. I'm gonna speed this part up and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, we are back. This recipe made 6.5. So if you make a double batch, it'll make 13 toilet bombs. And I guess it depends on how many toilet bombs you want to make. I have 2 toilets in my house, so it's 1 bomb per toilet. Now, for people who want to know, yes, these are eventually going to go up on the Etsy shop. Can I have the pan? These are going to eventually go up on the Etsy shop with everything else once the shop's all set up. But we've got some more research and development to do before we have all the products up on the store that we want to have up. Just know the toilet bombs are never going to be pretty. They're always going to look warty and brown, and that's just the way they're going to be, because it's just the soap nut powder and the way it reacts. There's not a whole lot that you can really do unless you, I don't know, unless you want to make these like orange, or I don't know. You can add color. It's not going to stick to your toilet. Everything's going to be fine. But yeah, that is the recipe for the toilet bombs. It made 6.5, and we will wait until they dry overnight, see what sorts of funky things they do, because I can already see them doing weird things. And then once they're dry, we will see if they work the way that we want them to work. If not, it'll be back to the drawing board and more changes. So thank you again for watching another one of our videos and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. I like spending time with you. So give me a like and a follow and subscribe, and did I just say follow?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, no.
Give me a like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell down below so that
Say howdy.
so that you know when I upload more videos, which I'm on a roll here, folks. I'm going video crazy. So yeah, and like Rob says, leave us a message, leave us comments, let us know what you think. Hey, let me know how you think these toilet bombs are going to turn out, because I don't even know yet. So once again, thank you for watching this video, and we will see you next time. Bye. Okay, so it is the next day, and we are going to take a look at these toilet bombs that I made yesterday. And let me tell you, when I said they were doing some funky things at the end of that video, they did some funky things. So let me change the angle of the camera and we will talk about what these did. Okay, so these are the toilet bombs. They're not as brown as I thought they were gonna be, but this is what happens when you add too much moisture, whether it be to a toilet bomb, a bath bomb. They're monstrous. They swelled all out of shape, went completely flat. And this is after I went back and like molded them again with my hands, like every half an hour. This one right here was like, literally, it was like this big. They just swelled out of control. So that half of a toilet bomb that I formed, I waited for it to dry, and then I went to test it in my toilet to see what it would do. And the good news is that the half of a toilet bomb went halfway to the rim of my toilet. So I'm assuming that a full toilet bomb is gonna go to the rim of my toilet, which is what the goal was. For a low flow toilet, that was pretty good. So, these are a disaster. I'm still going to bag them and probably keep them for myself and not put these up to sell. But I have made some notes and I think I know what I'm going to try differently in the next batch. So we will do that in another video coming up soon. I'm not sure when. I have probably a good 8 videos to make today. So I need to get some bath bombs made because I have people clamoring for me to open up the shop so they can buy them. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna package these up and put them aside for myself and move on to edit the recipe and see if it turns out right the next time. So once again, thank you for watching this video and I will see you next time. Bye.